Okay, so I'm gonna go over one more time. These are my levels. I have a low volume node plus a basing period I seen on bookmap from yesterday. And it's currently rejecting the top portion of this balance range combined with the low volume node and basing. And below we have a 3 hour demand and a previous balance range high. You can see there's a balance range here, and the high of this range acted as support. So I'll be looking to long anything really down over here, back up, or I'll be looking to take a short off of another fake out here. Or I'm looking to take a long if it breaks and retest above this level. Target yesterday's high day. So that's my plan. Now zooming in, I'll zoom into the 15 minute. Really 15 minutes shows the same thing. 5 minute, see the VWAP is right in the middle too. So this area here, like anywhere here where price is currently at in the middle of this range is no man's land for me. So I'm sitting on hands. I have this dotted line here. It's an alert, 60s. So if price gets here, I'm gonna kind of gauge it to see what happens. Until then, I don't have much. Until then, I do not have much. So I will be sitting on my hands. Again, in a balanced market, balance range rules apply. So you want to short the highs and long the lows. Anything in between is something I typically like to avoid. It's just chop city here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a cup of water, so I'll be right back. Yo, yo, back. It was a level I got off of book maps from yesterday. It was just a area low volume that I took a trade off of. If you go to my live commentary, fuck, I didn't even. I wish I would have screenshotted the low volume node. You could even see it on my footprint charts here, Marlon. I'm gonna send it in the trading chat right now. You can see on the footprints that area low volume right there. Let me know if you see it, but that's kind of how I got my level. And you can see it on book maps as well. Looks like we're getting some buying stepping in right off of this VWAP, some trap selling. Um, B shape on footprints, but again, it's just not really. This is not really an area, key level area for me to take any positions. So, kind of sitting out of this action here. Um, Also, if we don't have anything by 7:30, 7:40, I'm gonna be logging off. I have a meeting to attend at 9, so I gotta get suited and booted. But also it just works out because it's FOMC later on, and usually the morning session before the FOMC news event, as well as the federal funds rate, the morning session seems to really be less volatile just because, again, a lot of these big traders are really sitting on their hands. So I'm not expecting much. If I see something that lines up, I will take it, but I will have a cutoff time personally around 7:30, 7:40. Not to say that there won't be a trade, there may be a trade, but it's just about understanding the conditions that we're currently in. Pre-market highs here, right at 76. This be a nice little liquidity sweep. Um, so this is something that would be nice. Get a liquidity sweep off of here. Short back down. All depends on the order flow, really. So we'll see what goes on. Um, Also, JP Morgan is actually um, announced yesterday that there would be like a 95% chance that the market's going to dump because they're anticipating the rates will be cut. So I think that's something that's very, very anticipated in this market right now. Um, so yeah, like today after the morning session, I really don't recommend you go and trade PM session at all. You're basically just putting yourself in an environment where your account will just be destroyed. So something to keep in mind. C is very, very solid. I don't know. It's like an 8 point range so far, 9 point range. Really not much going on. So here we go. You know what? I'm gonna switch over to book maps now. 76 is the pre-market high. Mark this out. 76. Kind of see what goes on when price reaches that point. If we break and retest above 78, we go to the 80s, when we pull back with some weak selling, I'll be looking to long that to yesterday's high day. Probably around like 86, 87 would be a good target for me for longs. Um, as of right now, it's really not much going on for me. Again, we're testing the low volume node from yesterday again. But I would really need to see some selling step in for me to even think about taking a trade. Right here is usually where I was short. If we were in a bearish market and in better conditions, but it's just something I want to stay out of right now. There's a lot of buy volume. 75s that's failing to move higher. So depending on there you go, there's that pop down. So depending on the conditions, I would have shorted the 74 level. Um, but again, like today, I explained, it's not one of them days to be triggering an entry. Um, I really, really need good confirmation for me to take a short. So I'm really just waiting. Not really too inclined to take so many trades. Really just gonna watch the order flow again. I want to see what happens at 76 before taking the short. That's personally just me. Technically, it rejected the low volume node with the P shape. Enough confirmation, just not enough for me in this type of market right now. I need more confirmations because of everything that I'm aware of with FOMC and all that going on. So we're gonna see what happens. One thing I do like is we have this trap buyer here at 74.5. If we could pull back to like, I want to say 73.5 to like 75.5. We could pull back into here. Then I will look to short this. But I do not want the low day to trigger. I mean, you guys can see this is so powerful. I didn't take this short, but I told you. In a different type of market, I would have shorted that 74. I just have to adjust because of the market conditions recently. But I mean, if I shorted these 74s here off of this trap buyer before the selling stepped in, my target would definitely be around 65. So around like a 9 point trade off of, I mean, 2 point risk. That's very, very solid there. Um, at this point, I'd probably go break even, especially if it's like 5, 6 points in profit. Um, but again, I just don't have much. That was the short I wanted, just not, we just didn't get to pull back into the zone. Got the P shape on the footprint chart. Everything does look pretty decent. 'Cause, 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 Matter of fact, we'll mark out this entire thing. Um, kind of like this breaker structure that we had going on here. Plus that trap buyer. Move this. We're gonna pull back into here. Probably look to short it down to the low day. But until then, I don't know. I think the low day is gonna go trade though. Got it. I'm gonna keep it on bookmaps for the entire session. Don't worry. Again, did I miss this short here? Yes. But was it a high probability? No. You could take trades like this before the selling steps in, but you risk getting stopped out a lot more. If you wait for the pullback, it's better confirmation, but it's just sometimes you don't get that pullback. So you guys can see shit rip down with ease. It's a little slower today, but rip down. So this is why I think order flow is just so. That's why I think order flow is just so good. I mean, you can't see this stuff on a candlestick chart at all. I mean, on a candlestick chart, nothing would have told you to got short up there. High day sweep too. I mean, yeah, looking back, shit was a nice ass entry, but I mean, here's low day, 65s. Great trade. Great trade, but I did sit on it. Great trade there. Damn, negative 1188 delta at the 65s. Negative 1200. This selling is strong. So yeah, we never got this pullback. I'm gonna take this box off. It's invalid now. I'm throwing this pullback idea out the window. There's a lot of selling here. I'm interested in seeing if we could possibly trap these sellers here, or if the rallies are gonna keep getting pressured to the downside. You know what? I can right now. Quick crash course on bookmaps right now. Oh yeah, sorry guys. Um, One thing I want to say is I've been trying to make a course for bookmaps to show you guys what confirmations I use, but I just haven't had time to make videos. Um, I started doing industrial real estate in downtown Long Beach, and it's Monday to Friday. I mean, there's no hours, but I do it like 9 to 6, 9 to 7, and I still have to work out, just take care of like personal stuff that I put over trading. Um, but I'm trying to make the videos as soon as possible. If anything, I won't have time to edit it and cut it up. I'm just have to make one long video over the weekend, get that out to you guys. But yeah, I mean, as of right now, quick crash course is very, I'm gonna keep it very, very simple. The red is sell volume, the green is buy volume. It's like looking at footprints when you see like buy volume and sell volume. It just looks different. And I basically just wait for price to get to a key level, then I start reading the book maps. So let's say, for example, here at the high, price swept the high day to the left, right? And when we swept that, there was a lot of buying, yet price moved down. And as we moved down, we even broke this low right here. So we had a trap buyer with sellers taking control. So I was looking for a pullback into this kind of area to take a short. And that's how I use book maps. But as far as what it is, the the bubbles, like the red bubbles are sells, and the green bubbles are buys. Any of these lines above and below price, like this one here, is a pending order. So it's like somebody has a buy limit order resting here. So I mean, if you could see, there was a pending order here. You see it got filled, right? Price touched it, it filled it, and it moved down, right? So the bubbles are people that are getting into the market right now, like they're clicking sell market, buy market. The lines and the dark lines in the background are limit orders. These are pending and resting orders. Does that make sense? I guess if you have questions, I would just recommend you to drop them. Um, because again, it's very hard to kind of teach book maps. I don't know what you don't understand and what you do understand. This thing to the right hand side is basically just volumes, just total volume by price. So you can see like from the 73s all the way to like 67, there's a lot of volume going on. There's lower volume at the highs and the lows. Okay, cool. And then what I recommend really is go through my live commentary and go look at all my trades with my bookmap screenshots. You'll see a pattern. Trust me. I mean, I'm gonna tell you guys, but the homework assignment for this week, and I want you guys to message me in the trading chat, tag me, is Analyze my book map confirmations and see the similarities in there. I think you guys will learn a lot more that way than me just telling you. I'm gonna tell you anyways, but it would be a good exercise for you guys to go back and really, really try to find and really dissect my um what do you call it? Dissect my traits, my book map traits. You guys will find a lot of information about book maps. Also, Marlon, one thing I want to note to you is if you have a, let's just say you have a $2,500 drawdown and you risk three, let's say 3%. 2,500 times 3%, $75 per trade. Your average win should be a 3R, meaning you should be averaging at least 225 per trade. Sometimes you'll average 300, sometimes you'll average or get like a strong pop and hold it, be able to get like 400, whatever the case may be. Let's just say the average is 225 and your profit target is 3,000. You would need 13 trades to pass the eval. Now, this is something to really take into perspective. You say that it takes long to pass the eval. Well, you're technically trying to take the account from 2,500 and then make 3,000, correct? So you're trying to get the account from 2,500 to 5,500. You're trying to make over 100% return on your investment so quick. I guarantee you, you could do it in a month or you could do it in a month and a half. That right there is considered insane. And you guys see my percentages. Sometimes I get a 70 to 100% return per month. And I don't trade a lot. So your main focus shouldn't be this bottom portion. Your main focus should be this. Because keeping your losers small and your winners big will help you. Now, if you risk 5%, can you even hold it? Like if you risk 5%, so you have $125 risk per trade, which is fine. You could do this too. You could do this too. But just know 20 losses, you're done. If you start tilting, you're done. Your account's cooked. Times a 3R. I have a 3.3R. So this is around a $400 return. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am. Sorry, 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 sorry. Here. See this? I'm going here. Please let me know if you can see this. I'm gonna do this very quickly because price is starting to reach the 60s. Just be interactive with me. Can you see this? All right, cool. I was saying if you risk 5%, that's 125 per trade. Your average win is $400 per trade. Your profit target is 3,000. So you would need 3,000 divided by 400. You need around 7.5 trades to pass your combine. But let's say you have a 50% win rate, right? So you win five, times 400, you're up 2,000. Let's say you lose the other five. 5 times 125. So out of 10 trades, you're up 13.75K if you have a 50% win rate. With the 50% win rate and an average of a 3R, 4R, you could pass your eval in a month. It's people that try to pass their like the reason why these prop firms make so much money is because the exact feeling that you got when you said, "Oh, it's gonna take too long for me to pass." But that's not the point. Focusing on this right here, your risk and your average win per trade is what's going to get you to pass the account. It's going to go like this. You're going to win 400, you're going to lose 125. You're going to win 400, lose 125. Win 400, lose 125. Win 400, win 400, lose 125. Lose 125. Win 400, lose 120. You know what I mean? Like keeping your losses small, this like your P&L is going to look like this. If you oversize and you risk like $500 per trade, let's say you make 1,500, then you lose 500, and you lose 500. Now what are you gonna do? Are you gonna be mentally there to be able to take another trade and hold it to $1,500 win, or are you gonna cut it at $500? You know, like let's say your trade is winning and you cut it because you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna just take my win. Next thing you know, the shit fucking goes up to 1,500. Now you could have been in the green, but you weren't able to focus because of the size of your position. Risking more comes with more emotion and more. That's why I'm saying like you need to start small. Don't focus on passing at all. Focus on passing a combine is basically the same thing as focusing on making money. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Focus on passing a combine is the same thing as trading by focusing on money, straight up. I'm not even gonna be here and sugarcoat shit. Like that's why proffers make so much money is because people are like, oh, I need to pass it and then get a payout. So the whole time that they're trading, all they're focused on is passing, passing, making money, making money, winning, winning. They're completely, their mind is completely overtaken by that. They're not even able to focus on proper risk, proper average RR, right? So they're not able to focus on stuff like that. So very, very important. I don't want you guys to fall into that path of um, gambling and just dig yourself in a hole. And I sigh when I say that because I've been there and it's a very dark place to be. You can see this. You can see the size I'm trading with now. I risk like $100. Sometimes like I keep my risk around $100, like 90 to like $100 now. You know, so I always do 3% of my account and 3% of my profit from drawdown. So if I had a $10,000 account, I'm risking $300 per trade. If I had a $20,000 account, I'm risking 600 per trade. If I have a profit account that has $5,000 worth of drawdown, I'm risking 150 per trade. If I have an account with $2,500 worth of drawdown, I'm risking $75, maybe $100. I risk $100 on a $2,500 account. Risk is the number one factor in this market. It's the most important thing you could control as a trader. I simply just want you to focus on that. The passing, the making the money, it's all gonna come. Trust me. Right now, you're not in that phase to be focused on making money. Even I'm not focused on making money. And I've been in the game so long. So, um, yeah, I guess that's my little rant. hopefully, hopefully that helped some perspective in any way. But let's see, prices coming down. I kind of want to see something like this. But we'll see. 719 now. I'm not really, yeah, not really gonna be doing much. Prices just stalling down here. Nothing much going on. Oh, also, I know, I only went live a couple times, but has this been helping so far? Like hearing me talk and kind of explain what I see and stuff. Damn, they're look at this volume down here. Like, okay, cool. Absolutely clutch. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I really hated live trading, but I told myself if I'm a live trade, one thing I'm gonna do is not tell people to get in where I'm getting in, because like one, I don't want to build a dependency on you guys to only take a trade when I take a trade. Second, um, I don't know. Let's say I'm like, oh, get in here, and then you lose, then what? You might blame me for my analysis and shit. So it's like I'm wrong in the market. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything until I close my position, to be honest. Um, or maybe like after I'm in the trade, like 5, 6 points in profit. But I will explain everything that I do see. I'll be talking out loud and all that good stuff. So, but I guess the main point of the live is to really show you guys how I analyze this and how I break this down. And this came through so much practice. There's so many days where I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know what to look for. And I would feel defeated. But truth is, right now, I don't know what the fuck is going on. But I'm just at a point where I'm matured enough to be okay and comfortable to tell myself that I can't read this shit, so I'm staying out. The volume's dead, the volatility's dead, there's nothing for me to do. So That's where I want to get you guys as a trader. That's so powerful. Knowing when to trade and when not to trade is the most overlooked skill in trading. Everybody knows how to win. Everybody knows how to win. Not everyone knows how to sit, and not everyone knows how to take a loss. So if you understand that, what are the two areas then you should be hyper focusing on? Being patient and learning to take a loss. This goes back to the best losers win book, right? Being able to fully accept the risk and take the loss when it occurs, take a step back and redial back in later on or tomorrow or the next week and come back with a fresh mind and capitalize on another opportunity. Like that's where I want to get you guys as a trader. Any questions? It's just I'm gonna just do today as a Q&A. 7:25. I'll answer a couple more questions and probably log off. And Marlon and JPen, you guys probably think trading is boring. Well, guess what? This shit is boring as fuck. It's supposed to be boring. You said I like boring. Yeah, man. I'm fucking bored right now. I mean, it's cool being on the live with y'all and talking to you guys in the morning. That's why I like having this community to talk to you guys, to uplift each other, to, just get together in the morning, um, just grow as traders. Like I don't even want to get on in the morning to make money. You know what I mean? Like I want to get on in the morning to grow as a trader. Like one thing I tell myself a lot is like, okay, if you think about it like this is a very I never heard anybody say this. I guess it's just something that I got from school or like just even working out in the gym. All right, so when you guys go to the gym, right? You guys are in there for maybe like an hour, right? Let's just say you only have 45 minutes to an hour. Because that's the only time I got to go to the gym, and I still want to stay in shape, look good, and all that shit, right? So, like, from 45 minutes to 1 hour, every single minute in that gym counts. What I'm doing counts, and I have to really put my mind to working out efficiently so that I could see the results later. Let's say for school, you're only in class for I don't know, let's say an hour 30 to 3 hours. So during that time, how much information can you be soaking in to go back and study? Or like what can you do during that time in class to really help you once you get out of class, right? Because there's been so many times where I go to class when I was in college, I bullshitted hour 30 minutes, didn't take notes, and guess what? I have to leave class and then take notes anyways. I was just wasting my time, right? So what I'm trying to say is like when you're trying to improve something in your life and you only have a certain number of set hours per day, you need to ask yourself, how can I approach these next couple hours? How can I approach this set time that I'm going to be putting myself in the most efficient way? And what task can I be working on to really improve myself and building myself brick by brick? How can I put on another brick today, right? So I put that perspective into trading, and it's like you only have an hour and 30 minutes per day when it comes to trading. especially me because I'm too fucking busy. I only trade the market open to around 8 a.m. Pacific time. During those hour and 30 minutes, what can I do as a trader to take the proper steps into becoming a consistent, profitable trader? And we all know that's journaling, that's um, staying disciplined, learning to take a loss, practicing proper risk management, um, improving my mental game. So if you're hyper focused on that, it will kill the love of money and the greed that you have. And I'm not saying that you're gonna not deal with FOMO or not deal with greed. There's gonna be trading sessions where yes, you're aware and you come in, you deal with the greed, you deal with the FOMO. But in that moment is when you have to reinforce your purpose and reinforce why you're even up in the morning trading. And every day should be an opportunity to improve, not in a monetary way. The money will come. Passing the evals, getting the payout will all come. It's the mental discipline and the skills. You need to build skills. It takes skills to trade as well as having a really sharp, proper mindset. So, um, yeah, that was my little analogy that I talked with Sisuk actually. I brought it up to him years back when I told him like, I just realized I only have an hour and 30 every day. So what can I do to make the most out of this hour and 30 to really take the proper steps in being a profitable trader? And it didn't happen in a week. It didn't happen in a month, but it took years of waking up with that perspective. And yeah, I got beat up sometimes, but it was all about getting back on track, waking up in the morning, really making the most out of my time. So, so that's kind of, um, my piece of advice for you guys today. I hope that was helpful. But yeah, it seems like there's nothing going on in this market. Let's go back to trading view. Yeah, this is just nasty work here. Nothing going on. Don't like it. Don't want to be a part of it. Comfortable sitting, comfortable where I'm at. The trade I missed earlier was a quick, violent move down. First time I've seen that since I've been watching. Yeah, so you're going to be noticing these random pops, random spikes throughout the day. Um, One, it just shows you that market is sometimes manipulated. There's some weird action going on. Number two, when I seen that spike to the downside, I knew my analysis was right. I mean, for this trap buyer to be here and for price to move down really fast, it really showed me that these buyers are in pain. There was no surprise it went back down to a low day. But yeah, these quick violent moves, they happen here and there. They happen here and there. It's a good observation. Quick violent move down, especially on the footprints. There's a lot of thin volume there. It showed you that sellers were pushing this shit down with ease. All right, guys, it's 7:35. Um, it's really nothing here for me, nothing that interests me. Bounced right off 60, but I'll wait for another day. I'm preserving my capital for next week. I don't want to take unnecessary losses, so I'll be calling it a day. Um, well, thank you guys for joining. I need to head out. Need to go and get ready. I hope today's live helped you guys. Even though there are no trades, I wanted to really share um, the way I approach trading. I wanted to show you guys how I stay patient, how I'm comfortable staying patient, and I'm well aware that the market will always be here tomorrow as well as next week. So as far as today, that's it from me today. I'm gonna wait for the FOMC news event and the federal funds rate cut to pass by, and I'll be back on tomorrow. Preserving capital today, if we have an amazing opportunity tomorrow, it's gonna be great. So, or even Friday, or even next week, right? So other than that, that's all I got. And yeah, I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. You guys have a good day.